All right, welcome back to another very special episode of the Unsinkable Theory. I'm not going to say it. Anyway, a show where we talk about our favorite movies and movie moments, and at the end we will decide if the movie is sinkable or unsinkable. Like I just said, this is a very special day for us. It's Endgame time. I'm freaking pumped.
In 1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour.
You
So-
could say we're in the end game now. I've been waiting a year to say that.
Very excited.
We're just going to talk about our expectations, stuff leading up to the movie, maybe things we've heard, and just about the hype train in general.
The things we heard, they're not going to be spoilers, are they?
No, I'm not spoilers.
Okay,
just
I was
like,
just you were worrying.
like speculation.
This will be a two-parter. So this first part, we're not going to talk about anything from Endgame. We haven't seen it yet, so we couldn't spoil it if we wanted to, unless we just had a really good guess. So for the second part, there will be lots of spoilers because we're going to talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. So if you
We'll
haven't
try
seen
to
it
keep
yet,
a little section spoiler-free, but
Yeah.
then we're going to just dive right into them.
right?
So
we Michael Phelps.
caution.
I mean, I've been doing radio silence for the past day,
Yeah.
just to
Right.
try to stay away. I don't want to get ruined.
I'm going to get ruined
If Ant-Man is gonna jump inside Thanos and
The
blow him-
Thanos theory.
and blow himself up, I don't want to know until I see it on the big screen, on that big IMAX.
Yeah. It's pretty funny that Paul Rudd actually knows about the theory and has talked about it on multiple talk shows. It is super funny.
I mean,
He
Josh
talked about it
Brolin's
on
talked
Jimmy
about it.
Kimmel, and he talked about
Oh,
it on
gosh.
that British one where they I don't know what it's called. They sit in that red room and they're all on a sofa
Oh,
together.
is it like Graham Norton or something like that?
Something like that.
I know which one you're
Yeah.
talking. I can't think of the name.
I don't know what.
What
the
do we
guy's name
think
is.
is actually gonna happen though? I mean,
They're going to win.
Just like Game of
Besides that.
Thrones, the Brandbot 9000 gonna travel back in time, fix everything. I don't know. I think it's gonna have to do something with time travel or the quantum realm.
yeah. Because I think what we were kind of, arguing back and forth about is whether they're going to bring them back, the people who got dusted. Are they going to do we think they're going to bring them back in the middle of the movie, or you think it's going to last until the end? It's a 3-hour movie. You gotta remember.
Yeah. So I'm not even sure if any of those people have been confirmed to be in it. Not on any of the press junkets was the actor Chris Pratt. I don't think
You mean anybody
right,
who's dusted?
Right, yeah, I didn't see
Right.
none of them really in those press junkets, were they? It was just
I
the
haven't
main
actually
people
watched any press junkets.
the
I've
main
tried
people
not to.
we've seen, like Rhodey, Don
And-
Cheadle, Captain America.
We could kind
Iron
of call
Man,
the original Avengers.
the original Avengers, really, and then Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So they've been really the only ones in any of the press junkets. None of the Guardians or Tom Holland, Spider-Man, or anything like that. So I think it's safe to say that they might not come back, and if they do, it would be a very nice surprise.
Right.
Because originally I thought maybe, they're going to undo the snap by at least the middle of the movie, like the hour and a half mark, and then they're
And
going
then
to
do,
have
a regroup.
a regroup
type
where they
thing.
all fight Thanos again together, as a big team.
You don't think they're coming back in the movie?
Well, probably not till the end, at least.
Okay.
Then I would say.
And then,
I would say at the end.
what about Captain Marvel 2? Do we think she's going to be a big part of the movie, or do you think they might scale her back? Because I was thinking that Thor was going to be
Right.
the
So
big
I want
factor.
Thor to be a real hard hitter. Obviously he can hurt Thanos. We've seen that in Infinity War. So I would like to see Captain Marvel get taken down a peg, just like Thor and Hulk did in the beginning of Infinity War. Because that going into that was our expectation for Infinity War, was for Thor and Hulk to just be beaten up on Thanos because they're our hard hitters. So
Yeah.
I'd like to see that from Captain Marvel a little bit, get her knocked down a peg. So she kind of realizes okay, I'm gonna have to fight with the Avengers.
Do you think they might
for us to actually win?
Do you think they might pull something I don't really know exactly how to describe it. But basically, Captain Marvel for this specific movie, she'll try to come in and fight Thanos. She'll get whooped somehow or other, and she's like, "Oh shit, I can't do this by myself." Avengers time. Do you think they might do something like that?
I don't think so, but I would like to see that. I doubt it. Maybe like when they go there or they go to try and fight Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's going to be obviously multiple fights. It's going to be a long movie.
I hope so anyway. It's 3 hours.
So I think there's going to be multiple fights with Thanos. So in one of them, she's probably going to get her butt kicked and realize she needs to work more as a team.
I think it depends on whether or not the Infinity Gauntlet is still maybe operational on any kind of level. Maybe he's weaker. If he were to wield it still as a weapon, maybe he's now weaker.
Yeah.
From what I've read, the gauntlet still works. It's all burnt up and all that, but the gauntlet does still
It's not
work.
like weaker.
I don't know. I just have heard that it still works.
That's all just speculation, really, about how well the Infinity.
I mean, obviously
Gauntlet
he's able
works.
to teleport out at the end.
Right, and reverse time on his cut. You see him heal it.
Yeah.
Well, did he heal it? Because he was
Yeah,
fine in the Soul Stone.
You see it like good all green as
He
space.
reverses the injury.
Yeah, he reverses
literally
the
just
injury.
watched
It
it,
gets
I
all green
Yeah.
on his chest as he's going through the
We
portal.
just watched it again. We
Yeah.
forgot already.
So he is healed, and I don't think he's like hurt. He might just be like a little drained from all that power, doing the snap.
Ooh, I have a question.
But
Do we
who
think?
knows?
I mean, I guess I kind of answered it. How big of a time gap do we think there's going to be? Because I know on Earth they showed, like in the trailer and stuff, there had been fallout.
Right. So there's got to be a significant time gap, I think, because Natasha, Black Widow,
What do you
ScarJo
consider
has
significant?
Like
like
a year?
5 years, I think.
If you think it's gonna be that long,
Yeah.
I'm
I was
thinking.
leaning more toward a year.
I was thinking weeks, maybe months.
Well, you see her hair short, blonde, and then it's significantly longer. Like her whole ponytail is red, and there's just a little bit of tip of blonde at the end.
Yeah, but
So that suggests her hair grew
how
all
often
that
do
length,
they
and then
really
cut that.
keep people's hair in line with timeline?
I don't know, but that's the main reason why I think there's such a significant time jump is because of that.
Possibly. Is there anybody?
I still think weeks to months.
Hey, we'll find
Like
out.
9 weeks
We'll
to
find. We'll
it's
find
all
out. We can
just
speculate for the
speculation.
next hour, but is there anybody that we think might be like a sleeper that we didn't? Because I for one, I know this isn't like an uncommon theory or anything, but I think Ant-Man's going to be a huge part.
Okay.
Is there anybody else that we think might
Probably
be a huge
Nebula.
part?
She's
You
a
think
huge
so?
part in the Infinity Gauntlet comic. One of the comics that these two movies are based off of.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's going to be a bigger part in helping Tony and in probably an emotional scene with Rocket as we've seen from one of the trailers. Did you see that trailer?
I did not watch any of the
Oh.
trailers.
I've seen a few trailers. One I didn't mean to watch, and it kind of like you showed way too much.
We sat next to each other. I told you not to watch it. You purposely watched it, and then you said, "Watch it, Billy." So I started it, and as soon as I started, you said, "Yeah, I shouldn't have watched that. Turn it off."
Well, because it was like I seen way too much, and it made me start thinking.
I have a
and it's like
one-trailer
kind of
rule.
put things together.
I've got a one trailer rule for myself for a reason.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing. I don't really
definitely-
have a lot of ideas of what I might think happened because I haven't been thinking about it. I haven't been digging into it.
Oh, I've been thinking.
Other than that's the thing. I got nothing to base it on.
Well, just like oh my gosh, you
Other than what I
Look
know
at-
of the comp.
you look at one. You follow 2 or 3 comic book pages
don't.
on Instagram, then you go to your search thing, and it's just like all Endgame stuff
And I
throughout
don't look
the
at
entire
that.
panel. And I'm just like trying to scroll through it like without looking at it.
Blackout.
Yeah, can't browse
Radio
new
silence.
on Reddit.
I mean, I was on Dank Memes for
What about,
a half hour today.
That
I knew.
is dangerous territory.
What
my
about
friend.
Tony? Let's do some official guesses or theories as to
Who's gonna die?
okay. So,
Captain America.
So 1, how does Tony get back? And 2, if he dies. So I'm gonna go with Tony gets back probably early, maybe middle of the movie.
Early.
Yeah,
I'd say early.
and then I think I'm gonna go on a limb and say he actually doesn't die.
Okay, I agree.
Okay, I think I remember one thing we did speculate about was that maybe that scene where he's like talking to Pepper to his helmet
Was
is
at
actually at
the
the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess realistically speaking, probably get early to beginning. I mean, maybe
'Cause
middle.
be-
And then maybe Captain Marvel goes and saves him.
Yeah.
Because she can fly there, fly
Yeah.
back.
Because if that is the end, That is some dark shit.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is dark.
I gotta go. I don't know if I expect anyone to actually die.
So I'm gonna. Are you gonna continue?
Maybe there'll be some trading. I mean, I remember the whole in the Soul Stones
Trade
thing.
lives.
Maybe there'll be a trading lives. People like to focus on that a lot, but I maybe like to think, since it is Disney, it's just kind of they're kind of just gonna, hey, we're done. We're gonna retire now.
Yeah. So I would say that Captain America, Steve Rogers, as we know it, is probably done. So he would either pass, and that would be like a huge sad moment in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, somebody will pick up his shield and it'll be an iconic moment in the movie. Like, well, Sam and the Winter Soldier both got dusted, didn't they? So
Did Sam get
Yeah,
dusted?
he did.
yeah,
Did he?
they
Okay.
both got
Yeah.
dusted. So that maybe we won't get that iconic moment unless it's at the very end. And
Can we talk about that for a
well,
second?
hold
though?
on. And then I'd say for Tony Stark, I would say 20 minutes in, he's alive, he's back, and then by the end of the movie, he's still alive, and he's going to retire as Iron Man, like he always tells Pepper he's going to. And then we see him sprinkled in future MCU movies here and there, maybe. Just like
Spider-Man.
like Spider-Man, he
Yeah.
like pops up and he's like, here's some tech or something, or he's like with Shuri in Wakanda and it's just like working on inventions
cameos,
or something. Yeah,
stuff like that.
cameos.
Yeah.
I could see that easy.
So you think that Captain America will die in the movie and someone will place him in the same movie?
I would like to see that. Like if he dies, I would like to see somebody pick up his shield.
And
But he doesn't
And
even
keep
have
fighting.
his shield anymore. His original shield anymore.
the metaphorical.
There's a clip from a trailer where he's tightening a strap on his arm. I'm gonna guess that Iron Man grants him back the Captain America shield when he gets back.
Why are you spoiling trailers for me, bro?
It's a scene where he's tightening a strap on his arm. That's it.
Oh, what was I gonna ask? Crap, I forgot.
I was thinking,
Totally
while you
forgot.
think of your question, since this is like kind of wrapping up this the initial 3 phases,
Yeah.
that I don't know how somber they want to make the end of this movie. I feel like the end of Infinity War was, I guess, what you might call a somber movie for these kind of movies.
I thought it was extremely somber.
Yeah,
Everyone
so
was walking out like,
I
holy
don't
shit.
know. Like, if I think this one might be a lot happier. I don't think
Yeah, they
there's
gotta
gonna be,
tie it up nice with a bow.
I think it's gonna be uplifting.
Especially if they're gonna be changing out a lot of characters, they can't have like a sad.
Well, okay,
They
then
need
maybe like
They need to like have. They actually, honestly, in this movie, they need to make some of these characters that are gonna take over. They need to give them something,
bigger
like for us to
roles.
see.
Yeah.
So, like for example, throughout the movie, maybe Bucky takes up the
Right.
role of Captain America or wherever they want to call him. Give him some scenes in the movie
Well, that would
that
insinuate
help enforce that.
that would insinuate
Yeah.
a reversal of the snap then.
Right.
Like at least halfway through the movie.
Right.
Are we still going on Captain America dies because Chris Evans only had the 6-movie contract originally?
Well, it was we're still is anybody still sure like what's going on with him and
No.
his contract and his feelings towards doing more
No, but
Marvel
I would
movies?
like him to die because I think that's the most appropriate death for a soldier like that. It just seems appropriate,
Like a final
for him
mission
to,
sort of thing?
For him to die, he's always been a soldier. He's always been steadfast and had that kind of lifestyle and that kind of dutiful purpose. And for him to die in the ultimate battle for the universe, I think that would be actually really poetic. So I'd like to see him die. I mean, he doesn't have to. If he doesn't die, I'm like, all right, that's cool. I could go either way.
Personally, I just think it's weird when people like really root for people to die.
I'm not rooting
When they're
for-
not necessarily a bad guy either.
When Iron Man got stabbed at the end of
I don't-
Infinity War, I stood up in
I
my
mean,
seat.
See,
and
I
was
don't.
I'm talking
I
more
don't
about
see.
him.
Yeah, I don't see it as rooting. I see it as like, okay, like this is a good moment in a movie.
right.
It's not that I want, like I just said, I don't. I mean, if he doesn't die, I'm like, I'm fine.
Well, it's like that's the thing. It's just like I want consequences in these movies.
Yeah.
So when I see that moment where Iron Man actually gets stabbed, and I hadn't seen the movie before, so in the theater, my initial reaction was like, "Yes, finally,
This is
it's
it.
happening.
They're going.
This is
there.
a movie." Like when Quicksilver died in Age of Ultron, nobody cared. There was no consequences. We didn't really have any attachment to that character. You know what I'm saying? But if it was Hawkeye that had died in that movie, and yes, I'm going there again. because they built up Hawkeye's character, that gave him a family, made you care about him, you know, versus him just being the guy with the bow that everybody laughs at.
I think you're taking what they did in Age of Ultron as trying to build him up as a character instead of, you remember what his wife tells him? That he's the man that needs to ground all these gods? I think he was trying to say he's a normal man that needs to balance out the team.
Yeah, but I felt like, for me, it was, let's build this character up and do something with him, and to kill him off right there would have just, like, the consequences would have been real.
He'd be like a new Phil Coulson.
No.
No, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what they needed in Avengers.
Right.
They were already rallied around.
There was real consequences with Hawkeye dying versus Quicksilver. And that's why I was so excited when Robert Downey or Iron Man got stabbed in Infinity War, because that's real consequences. That's a character that everybody cares about.
Okay.
And they went there and they're like, oh,
Same with
shit,
Captain America in Endgame. That's a character everybody loves, everybody cares about. So that's real consequences.
If he goes out the proper way, not like, you know, if it's Thanos who kills him, I'm cool with it. Anybody else, I'm revolting.
Because, you know, everybody gets dusted, well, half the people get dusted at the end of Infinity War. But it's just like all secondary characters, really, to the main Avengers.
It's very obvious.
Right? So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, Captain America just died sort of thing. It was, you know, oh shoot, everybody's buddies died. It's like, we still got the main crew.
Yeah.
And that was purposeful.
I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. I feel like a movie of this caliber and of this amount of exposure, just in the fan base alone, and everybody's talking about it. They've been talking about it for a year. There's so much out there in the airspace that is probably going to happen in the movie or won't happen in the movie. The problem is, it's like, so much of that stuff is out there. When you see it on the movie, and when it's happening, you know, when you're seeing it for the first time, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, they did that. Oh, okay, you know, I didn't expect that, but I'd heard, you know, that was a theory. I just hope they figured out how to, because they have to expect that what's going to happen, right?
I saw something that said the Russo brothers had said that some theories had come close, but nothing was ever like.
Well, they're never going to say anything was.
Oh, well, they're not going to confirm anything. They just said some theories that are out there are somewhat accurate.
Right.
I don't really know any theories.
Just like the main ones, like the Soul Stone, stuff like that. Like
Soul Stone,
bringing it back.
time travel,
just
quantum realm stuff.
The broad
probably.
theories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am definitely interested to see more time in the quantum realm, in Ant-Man's story like that. That stuff's real interesting. I'm hopeful to see that expanded.
I did accidentally see part of a trailer that did have a little bit of that in there.
I did not see that.
Stop putting things in my head.
He was just talking about it.
Yeah, but
I was like talking in the broad sense. Like, I'm interested to see.
You know they're gonna talk about the quantum realm in the movie. It's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
It's a 3-hour movie.
Oh, I've been trying to motion you guys to make it more professional. That was time to wrap it up.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
I kept trying to.
Well, we can stop right there.
Well, now we're gonna head to the movie theater to go see Avengers Endgame. When we come back, we'll talk how we like the movie, things we didn't like about the movie, and then we'll get into some spoilers, and then give us.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
We got to decide.
Don't overpromise too much. It's going to be like 1:30.
Sinkable or unsinkable. You never know.
You never know
what's going to happen. All right, so part 2 will be very spoiler heavy, like he said. So when that's out, just be aware of that. This didn't have any spoilers. Obviously, we haven't seen it yet. So we will come back and we will talk about everything that happened in this 3-hour movie. All right, see you guys.
Bye.